Hey guys, Doug B here. Today we're going to try out firmware 17.01, the latest firmware from Fractal for the Axe FX3. Now, normally when you think of updating from version 17.00 of anything to 17.01, I mean, you'd probably think it's just a nominal release, like maybe they fixed a few bugs or something, right? Well, not in this case, guys. I mean, honestly, I don't think anyone would have had an issue if Fractal would have called this firmware 18.00. I mean, really, there are that many improvements and new things that have been added. Now, if I demoed all of the new features that came out, this video would be like a good hour long or so. I did a video the other day that listed all the changes and updates for 17.01. I'll put a link for it at the end just in case you missed it. I'll also add links for the latest version of the firmware and the latest Axe edit to go along with it. I will put those in the description. All right, guys, let's dig in. Number 1, full res IRs and amp in the room. Fractal gave us a teaser on September 10th, and it is now available for all FX3 users, Mark I users included. They added 5 stereo pair of full res to the legacy bank in the cab block. Let's go take a look at those. Here they are, starting in the legacy block L190 up through L199. So there's a pair of Viper room provided by Valhalla, and then a pair of Vibrato Lux room, a pair of Class A 30-watt room, a pair of 4x12 British Greenback room, and a pair of 4x12 Rector rooms. Those are all provided by York Audio. Mark II owners can add additional full res IRs to their user banks. Now, you can only use full res IRs in Cab 3 and Cab 4. When you blend them with Cab 1 and Cab 2, you can get a more room-like sound without adding a reverb or delay block. This is great for recording or headphone use, as it isn't so dry and in your face. And yeah, you can save presets with the full res IRs. Just be aware though that they take around 30% of the CPU on a Mark I FX3. I'm going to mute them after I demo them for you because they cause this preset to hit around 85%, giving me the warning. Okay, right now I have got one preset that pretty much covers all of the changes that I'm going to go through in this video. But for right now, we just have the amp block and the cab block going. So let's click on the cab block, and you can see I've got a 4x12 1968 300 watt cabinet mic'd with a 57 in cab 1. That's panned left. I've got a 4x12 968 300 watt mic'd with a 121 in cab 2, and that's panned right. And that's what this sounds like right now. Very, very dry. Now, as you can see in the cab 3, I have a 4x12 British Greenback room left, pan left. And in cab 4, I've got a 4x12 British Greenback room right, pan right. Now, right now, CPU is at 68% or so. Watch what happens when I unmute these guys. Unmute the first one. Oh, 81%. And when I unmute the right one, warning, 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 we're right at 90%. But anyway, listen to this. Now let me mute those again. And we are back to dry. Number 2, adjusted looper behavior so that when reaching the maximum recording time, the behavior switches to that defined by record second press, only on the first pass of a new recording. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's really no need to demo it. Like in this one, it'll be overdub. Number 3, added dedicated pitch shifting to the reverb block. This can be used to create shimmer reverbs easier than using separate pitch and reverb blocks and with less CPU usage. 8 new reverb types were added to the reverb block to demonstrate this capability. Andromeda, Centaurus, Pegasus, Ursa Major, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, and Sagittarius. I'll demo 4 of them. So in channel A, here's Andromeda. In channel B, we've got Centaurus. In channel C, we have Pegasus. And then in channel D, we have Ursa Major. Number 4, overhauled the Megatap block. 2 new types were added, Megaverb and Gated Reverb. I'll go ahead and demo them both. Now I have to add this block separately because I can't have this block included when the full res IRs are active in the cab block. Blocks still take their chunk of CPU whether they're active or in bypass. And this combination would push it to well over 100%. Yeah, not good. But seriously, I would never use all of those blocks in one preset anyway, so it's not an issue for me. So here's Megaverb. And in channel B, we have the other one, Gated Verb. Number 5, added modulation to diffusers in the delay, multi-tap, and megatap blocks. I'm going to make a guess here because I really haven't done much tweaking to those blocks, but when I look at the diffuser section for each of those blocks, I see LFO rate and LFO depth. Maybe that's what they mean. Also, there's 2 new delay types, diffuse delay and Zephyr. Let me show you how they sound. I have to say right up front though that Zephyr is my new go-to delay. I just love it. But here's diffuse delay. And here's Zephyr. Number 6, improved auto swell type and volume block. Added S taper to taper selections. I've never used this before, but let's give it a try. Well, it seems like using my Les Paul, I have to hit it really, really lightly for that to work. Otherwise, yeah, you can still hear it some. But see, when I turn the volume up all the way, okay, well, like I said, I've never used it, so I mean, I can hear what it's doing, but I can't say whether it's better or worse or whatever. Anyway, moving on. Number 7, added modern gate type to gate block. Another block that I've never used before, but let's give it a try. You know, I don't think I'm going to even have to play anything. You'll get this one just... Okay, right now the gate is on. Let me turn it off. Just like that. Very nice. Number 8, increased maximum sustain for the applicable types in the compressor block. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a list of the affected types, and there isn't a parameter called sustain. So maybe somebody else can clue me in on this one. 9, added new types to the multi-tap delay block. The manual only shows 6, but now there's 33. I'll demo 4 of them. In the multi-tap, channel A, we've got 1210. In channel B, we have the Allen Holdsworth swell long. In channel C, we have PCM pan. And in channel D, we have the rhythmic bands delay. Number 11, added new types to the flanger block. The manual shows 14, but now there's 44. I'll demo 4 of them. Channel A has the 80s rack flanger. Channel B has the lofty flanger. Channel C, this is an interesting one. Cancel flange. And then in D, I have the count of flanging. Number 12, improved accuracy of master volume and amp block for low settings. Now, I really can't do a before and after, but let's just try the master volume and see how precise it can get. Right now it's on 4. Number 13, improved accuracy of drive block drive control for low settings. Again, I can't really do a before and after, but let's just try it, see how it is. Right now, gain is on 5.02. Now, one thing I noticed about the jam ray, if you bring the gain all the way down to 0, but kick the treble up, okay, here's with the jam ray in, and here's with the jam ray out. Really not much difference, but then when you bring the gain up on the jam ray, then it gets a little too bright. So I dropped this down to like around just about 8. Now to bring that gain up again. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like that there's a lot more, what do you want to say, granularity, a lot more finesse when you get down to the low ends. I mean, there is signal until you get down to 0. I mean, there's, on this one, there is drive all the way down to 0. And then when you get it to 0, except just kick up the treble a little bit, and it's like the pedal is off. So that's about as transparent as you can get. There are 11 other improvements that are mentioned, but trying to demo all of them would seriously just take too long. I'll list them for you though. Fixed wrong resistor value in solo 88 lead input circuit. Impact is probably negligible. Fixed wrong resistor value in USA pre-LD2 overdrive circuit. This increases gain slightly. You may need to audition any presets using these models and adjust gain accordingly. Fixed multi-tap block bandpass filters not being disabled if master Q set to minimum. Fixed block input not muting in bypass if bypass mode is through. Fixed chorus block left delay line getting unsynchronized when switching between types. Fixed pressing tuner button in Axe Edit brings up reverb user interface problem. Fixed amp block power tube KVB not being set correctly in rare circumstances. This caused the output level of the amp block to change depending on the previous preset used. Fixed wrong B+ voltage for Tremolo Lux amp model. Fixed IR capture not saving correctly if IR type set to ultra res. Improved CPU usage. Various other fixes and improvements. Wow, guys. 24 improvements, including presets that you can save with Amp in the Room. And the 5 new sets of the Room IRs, all the new delays, reverbs, flangers and stuff. I mean, this is just crazy for a .01. I mean, can you imagine what's coming up next? Gotta be great. All right, guys, this Friday, we are gonna look at setting up a wah in one of your own presets. Now, you don't wanna miss that, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, guys, see you on Friday.